Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another episode here on the G's Footage Garage. Today I'm reporting to you guys from inside my 2017 e-Golf. Reason being is that this is going to be my first car review and my first 3 things I love about my 2017 e-Golf and my first 5 things I hate about my e-Golf. I know it's a little cliche, but let me explain, guys. I get a lot of questions like, hey, is that full electric? How do you like it? You know, I get tons of questions just driving this thing around, so I figured why not make a YouTube video since this EV revolution is happening, right? Everybody wants to know what's up with the EVs, the reality of it, right? So I figured I'd do an honest review of just some down-to-earth stuff, not just super technical and car review-ish and things like that. Just, hey, this is my experience. I'm driving these things every day to work and back, and this is my take on it, right? So my car is a 2017 e-Golf limited edition, and the reason I went with this one, the 2017, we're in 2020, we're rolling into 2021, is because the EV market is actually, the pre-owned ones are actually really affordable compared to brand new ones. Brand new ones are really expensive. Like for example, like this car new was right around 33,000. The base one started around 30, the limited around 33, and the fully loaded ones around 36. And I just paid 16K for this one with 28,000 miles. So definitely a good bargain to buy a pre-owned EV. A lot of people have a lot of concerns about, you know, the battery, you know, going bad and things like that. I just bought a certified pre-owned, so it comes with warranty and I don't really have to worry about that stuff, and it's fairly low miles, so you know, I don't think it's anything to stress about. But guys, with that being said, 2017 e-Golf, if this is a car that you guys are interested in purchasing, definitely get 2017 and newer. Reason being, the batteries that were on the 2016 and older were only a 24.7 kilowatt, I believe it was. No, 24.2 kilowatt versus a now 38.5 kilowatt hour battery, which means, you know, it's a better battery. It's a more efficient battery, lasts longer, more range, more power, all that good stuff. Previous models, 2016 was 83-mile range versus now 125-mile range. And what does that mean? How did that affect horsepower? Well, the 2016 and older was 115 horsepower and 199 foot-pounds of torque versus now 134 horsepower and 214 foot-pounds of torque. So pretty big jump in battery efficiency and power, right? Performance. So definitely get the 2017 and newer, because I mean the range means everything, guys. I mean, at 125, I still sometimes get a little bit of range anxiety going back and forth to work, but not a lot. I mean, just like if I have to do a couple detours or whatever, but for the most part, I'm okay. But at, you know, if I had the older model, then I'll probably be a little bit more tight. So just take that into consideration. And for 2017 models, I mean, that was pretty good. It was better than the Hyundai Ioniq. It was better than the Nissan Leaf. It was better than the BMW i3. It still was significant. The range was still significantly less than like the Chevy Volt. But the Volt, I mean, the Volt has its ups and downs, right? I test drove the Volt, and even though it had a 238-mile range, it just felt less expensive. And it was like, I mean, the dashboard was constructed with like, it felt like styrofoam. The seat was like if you were sitting on a stool. It wasn't really me. Even though it had the better range, I didn't like it. I didn't like the styling of it. I didn't like how it did have power, though. I'll tell you that. I think that Volt, the Chevy Volt, has power. It moves out. And then we talk about like the Teslas. The Teslas have great range. It's almost like a normal gasoline car. I mean, the range is phenomenal, but you're gonna pay big bucks for them. So even if you like lease one, you still have to come in with a big hefty down payment and still have a big monthly payment. So I wanted a Tesla. I test drove it, but it just didn't make sense for me to spend that kind of money on a Tesla when I just needed a commuter car. And in reality, if I need to drive far, I'll just pull out the 2020 Blazer and I'm good. And most people out there have a backup car, so I mean, why spend the extra cash, right, when you get something like an e-Golf? So just food for thought, right? Okay, and in regards to trim levels for the e-Golf, I got the limited, which is right in the middle. It's like the middle trim, and To be honest, I would have got the bare bones one, but the bare bones ones are harder to find with the DC fast charging, and you know that's usually more what you see standard on the limited edition one and the premium one, which is the top of the line. Top of the line one had like leather, lane assist, adaptive cruise control, a lot of good things that really, I mean, they're cool to have, but you can go without. Like my limited, it's fine. I have, you know, heated seats, you know, I have, you know, the styling, the trim's nice, you know, I don't have leather, but I could go without it. You know, there's certain things, you know, I already have LED lights up here, so I mean, limited is all you need. And like I said, is for the, what you want is a DC fast charging. And what that means is these cars come equipped with a 7.2 kilowatt charging, which what that means is, like, if let's say you need to go to a fast charger and you hook up to a fast charger on the street anywhere, it's going to take you about 6 hours to get a full charge at 240 volts. With the DC fast charging, you'll probably get 80% full battery within like the hour. So it's definitely worth it to get the middle trim or better, or try to find a bare bones one, which is going to be less expensive, that has the option of the DC fast charger. So, you know, that's basically my take on that, my logic behind that. But let's move on, guys, to the top 3 things that I love about my 2017 e-Golf. And if this video doesn't get too long, then we'll move over to the top 5 things I hate about my 2017 e-Golf. So, and with those things being brought to light here, this is why I think that the 2017 e-Golf is the best EV car to buy. So let's get to this, guys. So the first thing I love about my 2017 e-Golf is the fact that it looks like a normal car. Okay, and that may not seem like a big deal because you're gonna say, well, all cars look like cars. That is true, but the EV cars tend to try to be all futuristic, and they try to do all these weird designs. And I mean, if you look at like the, what do you call that, the Toyota Prime, with, it looks like, you know, it has those weird fins in the back, or the Nissan Leaf where it's like a little spaceship, you know. So they try to make these, aside from the Tesla's beautiful, but I mean, they try to make these cars so futuristic looking that it just, I don't know, it's not my cup of tea. But the 2017 e-Golf, it looks like a regular car, it looks like a sports car, which is cool because, you know, I like cars and I like sports cars. So this thing looks like a legit little sports car. You know, it's hatchback, it has, you know, a cool little spoiler in the back. The hatch, it has like a little lip, so you know, it looks good, and it looks like a sports car. When you go inside of the car, same thing. You know, you come inside, it's nice. You know, it's not all crazy looking. It still has like that feel of a sports car, of a nice car. The seats hug you well. There's like a nice little lumbar here, so you know, you feel like nicely tucked in here. The way the seats position, I mean, you feel like, you know, you're in a legit little race car. So it's pretty cool. Trim, I mean, it's solid, guys. No squeaks, nothing. It's the level of detail that went into this car is magnificent. There's stitching around the steering wheel, there's little chrome around the AC vents, you know, around the knobs. It was just constructed well. You know, it's a German made car, you know, it's constructed well. LED bulbs, so it's really, really nice. So yeah, so definitely styling and comfort is the #1 thing I love about my 2017 e-Golf, because it's just that it feels like a German engineered car. You know, it's nice, it feels quality built, it feels nice while still feeling like a normal car. And so yeah, guys, styling, I think styling and comfort, they hit it out of the ballpark. Okay, and the second thing that I love most about my 2017 e-Golf is going to be the space inside here, because the car is pretty small. It's very nimble. You could go in and out of parking spots and everything because it's, you know, it's a small car. But when you get inside of this car, even though it feels sporty, it's very spacious. like you have plenty of headroom, you have plenty of wiggle room, so it's very, very comfortable. The way they position the seat, the way, you know, the way the car's set up, it's very spacious and comfortable. The back seat, and the reason why this is one of my most favorite things, is because I have kids, and when I put my 4-year-old in the back in his seat, he has a ton of space, guys. I mean, he could literally sit there really comfortable and not touch the seat in the front, right? And with my previous car, my Nissan Sentra, I used to have a Nissan Sentra, he was really tight back there. His feet would touch the front seat, and it was just very uncomfortable for him, and it felt a lot smaller and tighter. Even though the Nissan Sentra was bigger, it felt smaller inside. And this car seems to be smaller from the outside, but it feels bigger and more comfortable inside. So definitely space is going to be one of my most favorite things about this this car. And all around, guys, I mean, the trunk is small, but it works. Like, I've loaded this thing up, like the trunk is tiny, but it's like a perfect little cube. And I have loaded it up with a bunch of groceries and used the top shelf as a second storage, right, to put more stuff in there. And you know, I pulled it off. Sometimes I'll throw some stuff in the front seat or whatever, but you could get by, right? And you can fold the seats down and do all kind of cool stuff if you need to. And the best thing about it is that little shelf serves as a little kitchen table. So if you're out on the road, on the field, and you need to eat up your lunch, you could just use that little top part as a kitchen table. So definitely very spacious. It works. It's small, but it's designed well, so it works, guys. It just simply works. Of course, you won't be able to carry like a big old cabinet or something in the back, because it's just not designed for that. But as a little commuter and grocery getter, hit it out of the ballpark, guys. Alrighty then, and the third thing that I love about my 2017 e-Golf is definitely the performance and the handling of this car. This car rides like it's on rails. I mean, this thing corners well. It doesn't have body roll. It feels nice and tight. It hugs the road, and that's what you expect, right? Because essentially it's a Golf with just an EV motor. But the power it has, I know it's only what, 200 and what did we say earlier, 134 horsepower and 214 foot-pounds of torque, but it's brutal. It's instant. If I floor it, it's like, you know, like it really pushes you back in your seat. I wish I had a suction cup mount so I could show you guys. Well, let's give it a try here with we have a little tripod there. Let's see how you guys see if you guys can see me do a little pass real quick. Oh, I think if I go straight, we should be okay. We'll do a little pull here. That's a good little tripod, so I think we're gonna be okay. Do a little pass here. All right, so I'm just gonna do from a roll, and then you guys see, like, I floor it. Oh, well, you guys saw that. The car just launched the camera off. Here, let me hold it this time. Okay, you guys ready for this? Here goes nothing. I'm gonna floor it. And I'm not exaggerating. Look at that. That thing works, guys. I'll record the speedometer here for you guys. All right, speed. All right, guys, check this out. This is from a dig right here. Ready? Go. I mean, that's enough power to get you to get up and go, cut people off. And trust me, people have tried to like merge into me or cut me off and things like that, and I send it and it moves out, guys. It has enough power, because even though it's a little bit of power, it's instant, so it really propels you out, like, you know, you feel it. So it's pretty fun. Here, I'll give you an outside view of the little launch here. And the braking is actually pretty good too, no complaints here. Could have been a little better, but it's good. You know, it's good. See, I'll do a little stop here for you guys. It stops. So I mean, it's good. So no complaints there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, performance and handling, there's not much more you can have asked for in the 2017 e-Golf. For an EV, I mean, no gas, and you know, this level of performance is definitely pretty amazing, guys. Pretty amazing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, that concludes today's episode on my 2017 e-Golf and the top 3 things that I love about it the most, right? We talked about style and comfort, we talked about the spacious interior, and we talked about the performance and handling of it. We also did touch a little base on price and range. So those things all combined, I think, is what makes the 2017 e-Golf one of the best used EV cars to buy. And yeah, guys, well, what can I say? That's why I chose the car, and that's why I drive the car. So that's my honest opinion on it and my honest car review on it. And this is my first car review, guys, so don't beat me up too much about it, but I will take some constructive criticism. Hey, let me have it down below in the comments. Nobody starts off an expert, and hey, this is how you grow, right? With some feedback. But on another note, guys, we definitely got a lot of parts in for the Chevelle. I was able to finally find the master cylinder, which I actually struggled a lot to find. AutoZone and O'Reilly's kept ordering me different ones, and we could not find the right one because this car is factory disc brakes in the front, factory drums in the back, and it was just like, there's just so many different options for it, and I wanted to have the exact one that was on the car. And some of them had really tall reservoirs, and you know, it was just a big mess. But luckily I found a shop called, an auto parts shop called Los Amigos Auto Parts in the city of Long Beach, and they actually had the master, so I went to go pick it up, and it was only 60 bucks, which was cool because it was cheaper than what O'Reilly's and AutoZone was selling them for. So I picked that up there, and chopping it up with the guys, I found out that they cut drums. So I actually had my factory drums cut. So you guys see here, they came out pretty good. I mean, I'll give them a little sand down on the outside and paint them, but they're actually pretty good. So I was actually able to return the ones from AutoZone that I never opened because they were still in the box, which luckily, because we were going to replace the seal, so we never got to put them on, which was kind of cool. I guess it worked out, right? But yeah, so I returned the drums to AutoZone with that cash that I saved. I bought the master, and I got these cut, and it only cost me about 12 bucks a pop to cut them. And why didn't I do that in the beginning? Well, because I couldn't find nobody to do it. Nobody here locally had the machine to cut drums. Everybody only did disc brakes. So yeah, so a little good news there. And we also got parts in from OPGI. So as you guys see here, we got a box there. So that's a bunch of stuff that we were missing to continue the build and progression of the 1970 Chevelle. So we definitely have a lot of material to work on the Chevelle now. So definitely stay tuned for some Chevelle videos up and coming. And what can I say, guys? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned also for the things that I hate about that e-Golf. So make sure you hit that notification bell, guys. Talk to you later.